What's up everyone, this is FPSticks bringing you another Timeless Cup practice video against my friend Wei, also known as Couch Amigo. So he leads with his Haunter here, instant switches out to Lapras. Now he's running a water gun Lapras here, which is very interesting. Most people are probably going to be running Ice Shard Lapras for this cup. So I have my Legacy Politoed here going straight for the Earthquake. He shields it, which is definitely the correct play on his part. Now I'm thinking that he's going to bait me with a Surf here, but he lands the Skull Bash. So huge mistake on my part for not shielding that, and now he's actually able to farm me down before I can get to that second Earthquake. Really not good. I cannot bring my Charizard into that. It's just going to get shredded by that water gun. So I bring in my Lapras, which is running Ice Shard. Now, let's see if I end up shielding this. Yep, and it is a Skull Bash, so thank goodness I caught that one. But now he's got a double boosted Lapras, and he switches into his Quagsire. Quagsire is kind of an even matchup with Lapras. Those Stone Edges are going to be doing super effective damage, but these Surf spams are really going to be ridiculous. So, going straight Surf here, chipping it down. We're still even on shields. And I'm able to get to a third Surf before he can get to a Stone Edge, which is huge. Draw the last shield there. So we ended up CMP tying on that charge move there. Thank goodness I had CMP. I end up shielding this. Getting a couple more fast moves in, trying to get to this Surf before he can get to a Stone Edge. Honestly, I probably should have committed to just farming that down with Ice Shard, because now I'm completely out of energy. There's that Haunter again. Trying to get to that Surf, but he's able to get to this Shadow Punch before I can get to my Surf. I'm still alive though, so I'm able to get to the Surf, which is really good. This is going to do a lot of damage to Haunter. Haunter without shields is nowhere near as useful as a Haunter with shields, obviously. But now he's got a double boosted Lapras with Water Gun. This Blast Burn, if this Lapras was not boosted, would have done way more damage. But this is not good. He's able to get to the Surf before I can get to the Dragon Claw, so he ends up taking this first game. So good match there. Oh, still alive. I bring in my Lapras. But the Water Gun damage does more than my Ice Shard damage, so he takes that. Again, still just trying out a bunch of different Pokemon, and you can see there he messaged me with a bunch of LOLs because that Water Gun Lapras went to town when it got those defense boosts, and then the Water Gun damage was just insane. So let's see, I end up bringing Charizard, Victory Bell, and Lapras in, which is a line of 3 that I've been running pretty frequently. So we'll see what he brings in here in the beginning. A Purified Kanto Sandslash. Bet you've never seen one of those used before. So I'm assuming that this has return, but I also know that Sandslash can learn Rock Tomb, which would do pretty much one-shot Charizard. So I do not want to be hit by that. He ends up getting a shield off of that return, which kind of feels bad. I go straight for the Blast Burn, hoping that he won't shield this, but he does, so I should have baited him there with Dragon Claw. Now at this point, I'm not going to shield this. Let's see how much damage this return does. Does a surprising amount. Charizard is not tanky at all, and return really isn't the best move, and Sandslash doesn't get stab on it, but still does a decent amount of damage. I'm able to draw that second shield there with my Dragon Claw, which is really good. I let this go through. It ends up being another return, but you can't really fast move farm down Charizard with Mud Shots because of that flying typing. So there's a Venomoth, which is another thing weak to Charizard, so I get a little bit of damage off there. Most likely going to come in with Lapras, yep, because Victory Bell would not be a good matchup against this at all. I know he still has that Sandslash in the back with a little bit of health. I know my Victory Bell will do really good against that. He's out of shield, so my Lapras just destroys that Venomoth. Let's see what he brings in. So he brings in Sceptile. Sceptile can get to Leaf Blades unbelievably fast with that Fury Cutter fast move. So I do shield that. That would do a lot of damage. But Sceptile is very squishy, so I just go straight for the Surf here. I cannot afford to get hit by a Leaf Blade, and I'm out of shields at this point. So then I switch into my own Victory Bell, and I know that this Sand Slash is going to get deleted by that. So good match there. I'm most likely going to be running Victory Bell as my Grass type. I'm still liking Charizard as my starter pick. So we'll see what I end up coming in with here. I've really been enjoying the Timeless Cup. It's really fun to not be doing Ferocious Cup battles anymore. This meta seems pretty wide open, other than Lapras and Dragonair really having a lot of good matchups. So it's fun to use different Pokemon, and a lot of Pokemon are really viable in this cup. So I end up bringing in Ludicolo, which is a really good counter to Lapras. This matchup against Haunter, not so good because the Razor Leaf is resisted, but look at how much damage that is still doing. That's pretty ridiculous. I end up committing a shield here, and he goes for the Sludge Bomb, which definitely would have one-shotted my Ludicolo. So I switch in Kingdra. I've been hearing some chatter that Kingdra is a decent switch-in. Makes sense because nothing is going to be resisting dragon damage in this cup. But it just takes so long to get to those charge moves. You can see this Ice Fang and Drapion is doing neutral damage. I don't shield right there. That crunch takes me out. Kingdra is not very tanky at all. So here comes in the Charizard. This Ice Fang is doing neutral damage, unfortunately, because of my flying typing. Fire resists ice, but flying is weak to ice, so neutral there. Trying to commit to just fast move farming this down, and thank goodness I get that. Now my Charizard has a lot of energy, which is really good. Whatever comes in, I'm just going for the Dragon Claw, because again, dragon damage in this cup is going to be neutral. And he ends up bringing the Kingdra, so this was a really good choice. I'm able to get back-to-back Dragon Claws, force out his last shield there. Gonna try to get to that Dragon Claw. He brings in his Haunter, which is pretty much just free energy for me, and then I am able to get to this Dragon Claw again. So super good for me. Ends up, oh, the Kingdra is still alive. Does it have enough energy to throw a charge move? Okay, very close there, because it was probably dangerously close to Outrage there. I end up taking that match, so good games there. Ludicolo is definitely an interesting pick. Kind of sucks that it loses to the other grass types, but it's nice that it gains that additional resistance to like water types. It's super resistant to water types and only neutral to ice, so definitely an interesting choice. Venomoth has been looking like a pretty good pick for this cup as well. Most people are going to be running grass poison users, so this confusion damage is going to be really good. But terrible lead right here. Gotta get out of there. Legacy Politoed, super fun to use, and this is actually a decent matchup. If I land an Earthquake, definitely going to one-shot this Raichu, and it's not going to resist these Surfs. So I get a shield there, which is really good. I have a decent amount of energy already banked up, so I'm going to commit a shield here. Ends up being Thunder Punch, so thank goodness I shielded that. Trying to get to this Earthquake, and I do before that Raichu is able to get to its second charge move. Let's see if I get a shield or if I one-shot it. Boom. That Earthquake feels super good. Landing on that Raichu takes it out. Here's Quagsire. These Surfs are definitely going to add up, and I'm able to get to Surf faster than any of Quagsire's charge moves, so that's super good. Going to just be putting on a lot of shield pressure. You cannot farm down Politoed with Mud Shots. Going to have to throw a charge move, use the energy. I just let my Politoed go. Still have a full health Dragonair there. But I bring back in Venomoth. Interesting choice because this Stone Edge is going to like one-shot me. So this was kind of a bad move on my part. I commit a shield here. And I go for the Silver Wind. Possibly could have gone for the Poison Fang bait here, might have been a little bit safer. I get a shield, which is really good, and he's forced to switch out into that Charizard. Ah, that makes more sense why I brought in Venomoth, because I didn't want it to get locked up against this Charizard. Oh my goodness, I barely survived, but then I make another mistake here, and I go for the Silver Wind instead of Poison Fang. Poison Fang is definitely the better move against Charizard, so stupid play on my part. I have this Dragonair now. Oof, this Dragon Claw is going to do a lot of damage from this Charizard. Does like 50%, like 55% about. And I'm able to get to this Aqua Tail before that Quagsire can get to a Stone Edge. So very close right there. And I end up taking that game. So just a couple of quick matches. I have a lot more videos that are going to be coming out. I'm doing a lot of Timeless Cup practice. So thank you all very much for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit that like button and comment and subscribe. And I'll see you all later.